Amy Rose is the villain allied with Robotnik in Sonic 4, the movie, since the fall of Dr. Robotnik Webera at the end of Sonic 3, when he gave his life to save Earth from the explosion of the space colony Ark, the planet was safe and more secure than ever. Not only was there no longer a psychopathic Robotnik threatening humanity, but now Earth had more heroes to defend it. Alongside Team Sonic, with Sonic himself, Knuckles, and Tails, Shadow had recently arrived on Earth. He explained that when the ship exploded, he teleported and crashed on the moon, and from there returned to Earth. Now, with the purpose of redemption, he would support Team Sonic to earn humanity's trust by acting as a hero. Everything seemed perfect, as if order flowed everywhere except inside one person, Dr. Stone. The Goat Milker was happy that his master and leader Robotnik was seen as the hero who gave his life for Earth, but what he couldn't accept was that the world enjoyed it and, after just a week, already started to forget him, not even mentioning him anymore. Frustrated at not finding anything to do for his now deceased master, he suddenly saw a light of hope. On Eggman's desk in his scientific base, Dr. Stone found a note that read, "Help me return, year 2035. Signed, Dr. Robotnik Webera." The Goat Milker was confused by this letter, more lost than Adam and Eve on Mother's Day. To understand the situation, he took one of the chaos and extra-dimensional energy measuring devices from the lab. Pointing it at the area where the letter was, he found the answer he was looking for. There were traces of space-time energy. That's when he realized his master Eggman hadn't died in the explosion. He had traveled through time and was now stranded in the year 2035, waiting for him to rescue him. At the moment of the Ark colony explosion, the chaos energy released by Shadow around the ship, now influenced by the Master Emerald, caused the entire vessel with Robotnik inside to be sucked into a wormhole. More like a space-time rift. Instead of exploding, the ship was transported to the year 2035. At that exact time, the Eggman of that era had just died, leaving his most powerful creation without a leader, Metal Sonic. From the moment he sensed a new Dr. Webera in his timeline, Metal Sonic went to him and accepted him as his leader. Now Eggman, with Metal Sonic's support, using technology he had never even dreamed of building in his own time, and with a power that easily overshadowed Sonic's, tried to return to his original era. But he lacked both the technology and the means. Eggman was stranded in that time. But then, while searching for alternatives, Metal Sonic used his database to explain to Eggman the only chance they had to travel through time. They needed the help of Earth's Time Guardian, a pink hedgehog named Amy Rose. The Time Guardians exist to protect the timeline and prevent any variations caused by people who shouldn't be where they are. Since Eggman's presence in that era made him a variant, he went to Amy Rose asking for help to return to his time. After explaining his situation, Amy checked her records and saw that Eggman had given his life in his own era to save Earth. She found no reason to refuse him and granted him time drives containers filled with temporal energy extracted from the time stones that make time travel possible. But there was one problem. The amount of energy given to Eggman wasn't enough for a complete trip. Eggman wouldn't be traveling alone. He would be going with Metal Sonic and more than 200 copies. So Eggman's only alternative was to open a mini space-time portal through which he could send only a note and one of the time drives, hoping that his assistant and best friend Dr. Stone would figure it out and open a simultaneous space-time portal to Dr. Webera's. With that double capacity, a complete time travel would finally be possible. And so we return to the present era on Earth, where Dr. Stone, while scanning the letter and perceiving the temporal energy, realizes there is a small container, releasing a huge amount of that energy. Holding it and pressing a button on one end, an immense space-time portal instantly opened, connecting to the year 2035. Through it arrived Dr. Eggman and Metal Sonic, accompanied by their 200 copies, with the plan of conquering Earth. Eggman says, "Let's do what we came for." The main Metal Sonic responds, scanning. Sonic the Hedgehog has been located. Exact location: the Central Forest of New York State Park. 10. Following Eggman's order, a group of 15 Metal Sonic copies immediately moved to Sonic's location to capture him and bring him before Dr. Webera to steal his power. Just as Sonic was about to be taken down by the Metal Sonics, someone arrived to save him, Amy Rose, who had traveled from the future to rescue Sonic from Metal Sonic's grasp. Amy Rose, using her warrior skills with the Pico Pico hammer, had just saved Sonic. While Sonic, still shocked on the ground, asked himself who she was, Amy began to introduce herself and explain the whole situation. As Earth's Time Guardian, her mission was to eliminate this temporal variation caused by the incursion of the Metal Sonics. But what tormented her most was the feeling that all of this had happened because of her, since she was the one who gave Eggman the means to travel through time by granting him the time drives. Sonic quickly gave her words of encouragement, saying, "Don't get frustrated, we've all trusted a Robotnik at some point and been betrayed. It seems to be a law among hedgehogs." Even so, Amy said she still felt obligated to fix all this chaos. "That's why I need your help. I need the help of the most powerful team of warriors on Earth. I need Team Sonic."
¡Ya valió madre!
Definitely, things just went downhill. Amy Rose hadn't even finished speaking when she was intercepted from behind by one of the Metal Sonic clones, knocking her unconscious. The original Metal Sonic, together with his 200 copies, had arrived at New York State Park, and now, without mercy, they came at full force to finish Sonic. Carrying Amy Rose in his arms, Sonic ran like a soul chased by the devil, with the Metal Sonics right on his spikes. While running, Sonic opened a ring portal to escape once and for all. He arrived before the rest of the team, who were with Shadow, at Lord Donna's house. Explaining the situation to Shadow, Knuckles, and Tails, Maddie immediately began giving Amy Rose first aid. But right then, all the Metal Sonics arrived to continue the fight. Team Sonic was losing. If Sonic was already terrified facing just 15 of them, what could the team do against 200 plus the original? Unlike the copies, the real Metal Sonic had the ability to copy all the skills of Team Sonic. In fact, Metal Sonic slowed time after copying Shadow's Chaos Control, and using Sonic's Spin Attack together with Knuckles' Flames of Disaster, he left the entire team lying on the ground in seconds. Everything seemed lost until a savior arrived. A time portal opened in the middle of them, and out came Silver the Hedgehog. Silver immediately used his psychokinesis to send all the Metal Sonics flying. As they recovered, he asked, "Where is Amy Rose?" Sonic, still confused, showed him where she lay. Silver then pulled out a special medicine from the era he came from 200 years in the future, and instantly restored Amy Rose's health. So Silver finally introduced himself, saying, "My name is Silver the Hedgehog. I come from the year 2225, and I am the captain of the Time Guardians. Whenever one of my guardians is in danger, I will be there to correct whatever is necessary. And in this case, my mission is to defeat Metal Sonic." With that, chaos erupted into battle, with punches raining down like misfortune in Latin America. The Metal Sonic copies attacked Silver with missiles, while the original tried to copy Silver's psychokinesis to break through his defenses. But since that ability was developed by hedgehogs of the future, his software couldn't replicate it. So Silver, together with Amy Rose, Sonic, Shadow, Knuckles, and Tails, began taking down the copies one by one, finally defeating the original Metal Sonic, who was the last to fall. With the battle over, and Dr. Webera imprisoned in the same rebuilt prison where his grandfather Gerald had once been held, it was time for the time travelers to return to their eras. Silver said, "Doctor, Eggman clearly belongs to this era, so he can stay here. But Amy Rose, it's time for us to go back." Blushing, Amy walked up to Sonic and thanked him. "Thank you so much for not leaving me alone when the Metal Sonics knocked me out in the forest. I'll never forget that." Sonic, also blushing, smiled and told her he wouldn't forget her either. Amy shook his hand in farewell, and together with Silver, she stepped through the time portal, returning to her own era. But at that moment, Sonic looked at his hand and found a time drive a ticket to visit Amy Rose whenever he wanted. Remember that this video is nothing more than a theory created by me with a lot of love, and only with the purpose of entertaining you. If you want more videos like this, please ask for them in the comments, and I'll be bringing them to you soon.